What is up, everybody? Cody here. Where'd you get that? With a very, very exciting mail call. It is finally here. This is my John Carpenter CGC Signature Series. Finally came in today. I will get into the nitty-gritty about the timeline and some of the frustrations that I had. But at this point, I am just happy that it has arrived. And I will give out some shout outs too, but first and foremost, I gotta see what this looks like. I gotta see the grade. Okay, the packaging is great. Lots of bubble wrap and a lot of extra stuff here. Okay, cool. Haven't gotten this before. I'll look at that later. Alright, here we go. Alright. What do we think? Alright, I don't know what the grade was. I didn't look at it. I didn't look it up. But here we go! Oh, dude! 9/8! Check it out! 9/8! Look at that autograph. It pops. John Carpenter, 9/8, Halloween #1. This is the first appearance of Michael Myers in comic book form. This is the movie cover variant. There were, I believe, more than one. I know there are more than one. 9/8, dude, this is awesome. Okay, so here we go. Before I get into some shout outs, this was announced back in June of 2024. Shout out to Dave over at Just Your Average Geeks. He sent me a message. He knew that I've been collecting Michael Myers related stuff, and I had mentioned, I believe, in a video prior that I would love to get this signed by John Carpenter, and like within a week or 2 weeks, he sent me a link to CGC had just announced a signing with John Carpenter. So this was back in June 2024. So I'm like, okay, I need to make this happen. I put it out there, and so the universe was telling me, Cody, get it done. So I sent off my comic book to the very cool guy, Henry, over at Black Market Comics. He cleaned it, he pressed it for me, he did all the CGC paperwork for me, he sent it off to CGC for me, and it arrived at my house today. So Henry, you rock. You are a rock star. 9/8, thanks to you. And okay, so this was sent off back in, again, it was announced in June. I sent it off, I believe, at the end of July, something like that, right before August. And so some time passed, and I'm used to companies that when they have a deadline for a signing, the signing happens like within a week after the deadline, and then they start sending stuff home. Well, CGC doesn't operate like that, I guess. This is the first time I've done this with CGC, sending off like this. And so, some time passed, and right like the week before Halloween, the week of Halloween, I sent CGC a message like, hey, any news on the John Carpenter? I haven't seen any updates regarding it. And they go, well, we don't have a date scheduled with him yet. So I thought, you don't even have a date yet? It's been over a month. And so it's very possible that they did, and for whatever reason they had to reschedule. I get that. But I guess in the future I would just like a little more transparency, just to kind of get an understanding of, hey, things canceled, but we still got your stuff. We're still taking care of it. Okay, cool. Just a little communication goes a long way. But it was funny because just a couple of days later, they announced on Instagram, all their socials, like, hey, we're extending the John Carpenter autograph, the Signature Series. So I'm like, oh, great. Now I know for sure it's going to take a lot longer. So fast forward to February, I believe, right around Valentine's, like February 13th, around that time, or 11th. I think it was 11th. It finally happened. They finally showed John Carpenter, and they even said, finally, we got the signing done. And so about 15 days from there, this arrived. So that is my timetable, kind of the journey that I went through with this. Now, one thing I will add is I asked Henry to, put on a sticky note Master of Horror. So I was hoping that John Carpenter would have written Master of Horror. He didn't, but it's all good. He signed it with Orange in the exact spot I wanted him to, and it pops, man. It looks awesome. 9/8, I'm so excited. But yeah, man, CGC, this is cool. Henry, Dave, you guys are rock stars. But anyway, that's all I got. Thank you so much for hanging out.